So in a recent video of mine, I talked about whether or not music videos were worth it in 2025. And the short answer, first of all, go watch the video because there's a lot of information on there talking about the pros and cons and things to consider. But the short answer was yes, I believe that they are if done within certain parameters. And we talk about a couple of those parameters in there. And one of the main one was being within a budget, because I think that money could be much significantly better served if it was done on a budget, in the sense of, like, we talked about, like, the $1 million music videos that these large artists are doing, and they're spending $1 million on these music videos. And I think that personally, imagine if they put that money towards influencer marketing instead, or if they put that money towards just different types of marketing or different ways, like short form content or live performance videos. I think that they could extend that money even further. Now, we took it on a smaller level and said, okay, if you had $1,000, what would you do? And I said the same thing. You throw $1,000 at this music video, and if you're just thinking just a music video, I don't know if it's really going to have a tremendous ROI. However, if you think, multi-scale, in the sense of, okay, music video, maybe I could use it as some sort of short form content. Maybe I can get some user generated content in here, right? Maybe I can get some of my fans to send in content, and that could be part of the music video. Now you're incorporating a whole lot of different things. So today we're talking about how to do it on a budget. The first thing that we're going to talk about is using what you have. This has been my mantra, mainly out of necessity, but I don't personally let what I don't have stop me from doing things. I really, that's always bothered me when people that I know do that. They're like, oh, I don't have access to this, so I can't do it. I'm like, well, just figure out another way. That's my personality type. It's like, well, let's just figure out a way to do it. You may not be the exact way that they're doing it. It might not be perfect, but at least it's getting done. And at least, I think I have a piece of chocolate on my lip from, I had a piece of dark chocolate 2 seconds ago. But at least it's getting done. And so using what you have. So for example, my first YouTube videos were filmed on my iPhone. And I grew over 1,000 subscribers, if not probably close to like 8,000 subscribers on just my iPhone, like single iPhone vertical. And I was filming vertically, which is even crazier. This before short form content was huge. I really felt like people were more consuming things on their phone. So I was filming like short form content so somebody could be on the subway watching my video. It didn't end up working out that well, but the idea was there, right? Point being, though, is I was filming content on my iPhone, and I got to like 8,000 subscribers on my iPhone. I filmed for clients, video clients on my iPhone. I filmed music videos on my iPhone, and ones that have done really well. In fact, actually, go check out my song "Say We're Sorry." I lit a piano on fire, one that I found at the side of the road. I don't know how they were planning on throwing it out. In fact, actually, just a quick side note, I found that on the side of the road. It was a grand piano. It was, I don't know how they expected the garbage men to be able to pick that up and throw it out. I don't know what the plan was for that. But I pushed it all the way down the street to my house and I lit it on fire, and it was filmed on an iPhone. Now, is it unbelievable quality? No, but it's better than nothing, and I think it's actually pretty legit. So use what you have, whether it be an iPhone, but also now like things like maybe you have a cheaper camera. Use that cheap camera. You don't need to film on these red cinematic cameras. But even now, talking what you're editing with, use free products. If you have a Mac, use iMovie, or a lot of people using CapCut on their phones. If you filmed it on your phone, then use something like CapCut on your phone. Like, just think of what you have and use that. Maybe you have access to friends. Maybe you can't hire help, but you have access to friends that'd be willing to help you for 2 hours, or be your actors or anything like that. So, and then lastly, be free locations. Where can you film for free where you don't have to rent out spaces? Just thinking what you have. The next one would be bartering. What can you offer somebody else that you have that you can then benefit from switching, essentially? So, like, do you have access to skills that you could be like, hey, say for example me, I'm good with a camera. I'll trade you a photo shoot if you're willing to, I don't know, offer a bouquet, 20 bouquets of flowers for this music video concept that I have. I don't, what I'm saying? Just an idea. What can you barter? What can you get for free by offering you the services that you have? Or maybe you say, hey, I'll film you. Can you film my music video to another musician, and then I'll film yours? Something like that. Hey, I'll record a session for you if you spend a couple minutes helping me do this. Blank. Can you edit my video for me? Right? What can you barter? The next one that I have is using rented gear. So say maybe you do have a little bit of a budget, but you don't want to Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to go buy gear. I got to go buy cameras. I got to go buy monitors. I got to go buy microphones. You don't necessarily have to do that. What if you just rent the gear? There's a lot of places out there that offer gear for rent, whether it be like live performance gear or recording gear, like music recording or even like video recording. A lot of camera places will rent you an hourly rate. Maybe it's $100 an hour, a camera. Or it's actually usually a day rate. It's usually pay for the day, which is even better because you can get if you plan things out and plan your time out, you can get a ton of stuff done in that one day. And you know, the $300, if that, I don't even know, it might even be 120, like $100-200, like not that crazy for a really crazy $2,000-3,000 camera. So that's definitely an option. Huge one. Plan before. Plan, and this kind of ties into the last one. Plan before what you're doing. Like don't go in. This actually could really be applied to studio time. I think I want to do a video on how to use studio time well. But like planning before, having an idea of what you want to go do before you get in is ridiculously important, because otherwise you just waste time, you know, hanging around and figure, oh, what should we do now? Oh, I don't know what idea do we have next. No, just have a plan and go in and crush it in an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Other than putzing around and you just waste everybody's time and waste your money if you're spending money. Next one would be using natural lights. So planning accordingly with the daylight and what that looks like, or you know, maybe sunset or golden hour. Or honestly, people get upset when it's like not beautiful weather out, but the key to really, really great filming is like an overcast, because that really just, it's not super harsh on your face with the sun, like looking for overcast days. Maybe you want something moody, so the rain. A lot of the camera gear and iPhones and stuff are waterproof. You could film in the rain. Like that's a really cool concept as well. Using natural things as opposed to like having to go buy lights and stuff like that. Next, we have user-generated content. This is a cool one, and I've done this before. It's like you reach out to your supporters and say, hey, I'm making this music video. Would you like to be in it? And they could create little, you know, whatever that may be. They're holding up. I used it so that they were all holding up a sign. They wrote out like what makes them. I had a song called Different. What makes them different? They can hold up a sign and about what makes them different, and using their content that they're creating in your music video. That's free. I didn't pay for any of that, right? And it extended the length of the video. I didn't have to do as much filming on my end, so you know, and gave them it created a sense of community. A next one would be using graphics. For example, things like Adobe After Effects and creating like cool graphics, keeping it very, like, for example, like I think it's Justin Bieber's what would you? Oh gosh, what is it? I don't know, the song with Diplo and Skrillex. Remember that song? What would you do? What would you say? Something like that. And I'm pretty sure I remember that music video. Maybe the acoustic version. Maybe I think is. It's just some dude skateboarding, but they added all these sick graphics and After Effects graphics, and it just made it really interesting to watch. And I think that music videos can be really useful in engaging your followers if done again within a budget. And the last one I would say would be have fun with it, in the sense of like, think outside the box. Okay, maybe you want to get a sweeping shot and like you have your camera, but like you're shaking and it just doesn't look right. Like think outside the box. Put the camera on a skateboard with fat wheels and slide it across, and like that'll give you that effect. You know, what could you do? Can you do something slow motion on like a swing set? Like it could make, you know, just think outside the box and have fun with it. Now the last part I want to talk about is, okay, you have this music video, and how do you release it in a best way? Yeah, you can upload it to YouTube. That's the easiest way, right? But and start monetizing and stuff. But I want to talk about Distrokid's DistroVid service. So the way that it works is it's $8.25 a month. So essentially, it's $100 a year if you bill it annually, but $8.25 a month, like 2 coffees. And what you can do is you can upload unlimited music videos for that price. So whether you do 1 music video or whether you do 100 music videos, like I think more the better at that point. But you get your music videos on all the major platforms like Vivo, which Vivo is cool because it gets you like Samsung TV and like Roku and stuff. Like you can access to the Vivo channel so people can watch your stuff on TV. But also like it gets your music video on Apple Music. So like when people are looking at your music on Apple Music, it gets your music videos on Spotify, which Spotify is now starting to allow music videos, which is really cool. But Tidal and all those things like that. And then you get the Vivo stamp on YouTube, which is pretty cool because it makes your music just look even that more legit. Like, I'm significantly more prone to watch a music video that has the little Vivo stamp than the one that doesn't. It's just something subconscious. I think that from 10 years ago when Vivo was like tremendous. But once you have it, I think the most economical way to release it professionally is definitely through Distrokid, through Distrokid. So if you're not familiar with them or don't have an account to release your music, because Distrokid, if you don't know with them, they're a music distribution platform. So you can get your music on Spotify, Apple Music, all the major stream platforms, Instagram, TikTok, for people to make music with or make videos with your music. So that's what they do, and then they have other services like Distrokid or Mixia where you can master your music through them. So check them out. There's a link down below if you want to check it out. You can save 7% on your first year subscription, and I hope that you found this helpful. I'd love to know your perspective on music videos and if you think you find them useful or don't, but let me know in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video. God bless and peace out.